According to Citizen Jones Hussein, kidnapping is now much more easier to carry out than armed robbery, since we now have a government of bandits. In a recent BBC interview, Garba Shehu, presidential spokesman, reported that the negotiations between the federal government and kidnappers that attacked the abducted travelers in the Abuja-Kaduna bound train since the 28th of March 2022 did not yield the expected result after government met all the demands of the terrorists, including releasing the leader of the terrorists' wife and children and flying them to rejoin their families in Maiduguri. You sure say at this rate, ASU go just turn to a terrorist organization so that government go meet all their demands. Well, we are waiting. Kaduna State Governor Malam Nasiru El-Rufai also recently wrote to the president on activities of terrorists now running a parallel government in Benin Gwari in southern Kaduna, an area almost the size of Abia State. This is not despite the presence of heavy military formation for Kaduna State. Well, we think that even they talk safe. Didn't they attack the Defense Academy in Kaduna? What did government do? Even states like Zamfara, Niger, Katsina, and recently some part of Abuja are not left out of the menace. A government that could fly to Kenya to abduct and bring back Nnamdi Kanu to Abuja for jumping bail is flying terrorist wife and family around with taxpayers' money, and you still they ask me who be terrorists. If you don't get it, forget about it. A government that sends security operatives with Sheikh Gumi to go discuss with bandits, yet turn around to look for those bandits. What did them be? I ask you. Anyway, hope this is not an attempt to create a war situation to achieve a tenure elongation. But they should remember that the provisions of Section 135 sub 3 of the 1999 Constitution that empowers the president to extend his tenure by 6 months in the first instance in the event of war can only be activated if the country is at war with another country. So if they like, make them tolerate terrorist and banditry activities from now till February. Worst they can do or that will happen is, like Jonathan and his government, they can only postpone the election. But come May 29, 2023, that date is sacrosanct, and go, this government must. But I want to ask, in our march to finding a new set of political leaders come 2023, are we seeking answers from our prospective leaders on their proposed solution to our collective challenges, or we are just okay with the campaign insults, denials, outright abuses that we are throwing on social space? Remember, despite APC's bogus campaign promises in 2015, we didn't make any demand of Buhari. Hence, he delivered nothing. Can we, as a country, get it right with just change of guard at the center without change of tactics, structure, and orientation across all the various levels, local government, states, and federal? So I will therefore advocate that until we demand, we indeed make demands of our leaders and compel them to enforce their social contract with us at all levels, irrespective of relationship or affiliation, we never get it right. Until lawyers and lawmakers interpret the law according to the supremacy and the intendment of the law to enhance transparency, and not according to the whims and caprices of their political leaning, I tell you, my brother, we will never get it right. We will never get it right until those that are saddled with the responsibility of lawmaking, the executive that executes the law, the judiciary that interprets the law, and the rest of us that are supposed to comply with the law are not the ones violently raping the law without consequence. And I tell you, we can never get it right if those entrusted with directing our moral compass and religious compass are the ones daily immorally abusing and leading us away from the moral fabrics of our collective compass. How can a government deny those they swore under the law to protect and improve their welfare the same rights guaranteed under the law and expect supremacy of the law? Well, your guesses are good as mine. Finally, until we all collectively seek answers to the burning questions of our coexistence and create definite modalities and modus for same, devoid of sentiment, I'm afraid we'll continue to raise up leaders who will lead us in a path of nepotism, retrogression, and injustice, as they will consistently be overwhelmed by our individual, sectional, and collective insecurity. No be swear, they swear. Now, as I see 'em. Well, that's my thoughts for today. Feel free to engage me by following me on all social media platforms showing on your screen. As for me, blessed are those who are not expectant, for they shall not be disappointed. See you next week.